you for joining us, and welcome to Hoax Hunter. I'm John Rasmus. The Magic Castle is the subject of this episode. If you've never heard of the Magic Castle, I recommend you just Google it. It's a famous institution in Hollywood. When I was there, I picked up a souvenir. It's on 7001 Franklin Avenue, Hollywood, California. I picked up this pack of Magic Castle cards. I had a dream about the Magic Castle. I'll talk about that in a little bit. When I was a kid, I heard a lot of rumors about the Magic Castle. I heard there's a painting of the devil on the wall. I heard it was impossible to get in. I heard just it was an evil place and scary place. And that real magic took place there, not illusion, but real black magic. But obviously what I heard was not completely true. The Magic Castle is simply one of the oldest American schools of illusion, prestidigitation, the art of stage magic. The Magic Castle is the authority of magic in the United States, and some people consider it the authority of stage magic in the world. And so the Magic Castle awards a title of Master Magician to only one magician during their lifetime in the world. And the current Master Magician is Lance Burton. Lance Burton is a very nice guy. My sister, she's a fan of various artists here and there, and she must have written Lance Burton at one time or another, and he wrote her back a really nice hand-typed letter, and he gave her a signed 8x10. And I thought that was really nice. So he's a nice guy if he's willing to take the time to type a hand-typed letter to my sister and mail her personalized autographed 8x10. I have seen him on the Disney Channel. I've seen him on various different channels performing his stage magic. He's definitely a master magician. He's not one of the trendy street performers like Criss Angel or David Blaine, but stage magic-wise, he's considered the best of the best. I think his title is well-deserved. Who will be the next Master Magician? We'll have to wait for Lance Burton to pass away, but I think he's pretty healthy. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. A lot of people would like David Blaine or Criss Angel to be the Master Magician, but it's something they only hand out very rarely. But Criss Angel was awarded Magician of the Year many years in a row, and even though he never graduated or went through the circles of the Magic Castle, Criss Angel was welcomed after his successful show Mind Freak. I'll tell you a story about how I came to go to the Magic Castle and how I came to be invited to it. And anyone can go. I used to think no one could go, but after going, I did do a search and found a website where you can easily get an invitation. Some might call it a simple theme restaurant, but it's more than a theme restaurant. It's a very cool place. You do have to wear a coat and tie. You have to dress up and be respectful. You do have to order a dinner if you're just a guest showing up for the first time. It's a very cool place with a lot of neat, hidden, little secret surprises. The entryway has a little owl on the bookshelf, and you need to say "Open Sesame," and a secret bookshelf entrance to the Magic Castle is the only way you can get into the club. I highly suspect the receptionist simply presses a button when you walk up to that. So next time I go there, I'm going to give it a little Bugs Bunny trick, and I'm going to say, "Open Sesame," or something off to see if I can trick and get in by not saying "Open Sesame." So the one thing that I remembered as a kid was there's a devil painting on the wall, and they worship the devil. But I didn't see anything like that there. There's a lot of paintings, mostly photographs of just simply famous magicians. Famous stage performing magicians. Famous illusionists. Harry Houdini. All the greats. Obscure magicians I've never heard of. But definitely well-deserved performers in the art of magic. But through the entry in the bar, I looked up and I saw a little devil painted on the ceiling. So yeah, sure, there's going to be a little devil here and there, painted here or there. But a little red devil is a famous theme in old-time magician posters, and it's simply in that style. But it was a very cool place. I recommend you go there if you haven't been there yet. So I ate dinner there. Very delicious prime rib. I was there with my girlfriend and a friend and his fiance. We had a good time. After dinner, we saw 3 magic shows. They're very cool. 3 performers I had never seen before. 2 just really good magicians performing on a tiny stage in a tiny little theater. And then there's another theater with a bigger room. There might be another theater. There's probably just secret hidden rooms all over the place. It's not the hugest place. We did tour it, but the last performance we saw was a puppeteer performing magic with puppets. And he was pretty amazing. I can't remember the guy's name, but he said that he worked in movies. But he was very interesting. I'd never seen a puppet perform magic, and I thought he was really cool. And so we toured the place, and in the basement area, there was like a class that just ended, and these magicians coming out of class. So the realization of Hogwarts is the Magic Castle. It literally has magic classes in the basement and the lower area, and that's just interesting to me. They are professional or semi-professional, aspiring, great magicians taking probably the best magician classes you can get at the Magic Castle. They seem like they're having a good time, and I'm definitely horrible at the close-up. I've always been a fan of magic. When I was a kid, I had a little magic kit, and I used to go to the magic store in Santa Barbara on State Street. The magic store is closed down now, but that was my favorite magic store. And I used to buy magic foam balls, foam squares, foam props that would appear out of nowhere because it's easy to conceal a foam object. And I used to just buy cool little different coin tricks and card tricks, but I like the coin tricks and the foam ball tricks. I don't have any of that stuff right now, but I'm going to try to perform a trick. Let's see if I could turn this magic wand. It's a little bit crooked. Yeah, it's a little bit crooked. Let me see if I can... Wow, there it is. Okay, a lot better. So now that we have this magic wand, let me perform some magic. I'm going to need a top hat. And there we go. All right. It's a little bit small. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had this really cool collapsible top hat. Oh, it was awesome. I need to get one of those. Those are super cool. Yes, the only magic I'm good at is video magic. Actually, I'm probably not even good at that. Let's just get rid of this stuff. I'm a little bit thirsty. These lights, they make me very parched. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. LaCroix Mango. Sparkling water, natural essence. Calorie-free sweetener, free sodium-free, and 12 fluid ounces of calorie-free, delicious, sodium-free, 0 calorie, extremely good for you. LaCroix. LaCroix water. I highly recommend it. It's almost as good as Perrier. Oh yeah, there's a story here. So, I had a dream about the magic... Oh, yeah. I had a dream. And let's flash back about me talking about that dream. I had a dream about Chris Angel, just totally randomly. And in the dream, I'm going to flash back and describe what that dream was like. So before I flash back about talking about the dream, I was with David Lieberhart at a TV show convention on 10-10-10. I had a dream back as far back as 2006. I had a dream about the date 10-10-10. So that's how I remember what date it was. I had a dream about 10-10-10. This dream I was at looked like a Las Vegas nightclub, really fancy big one. and Chris Angel was there, and I was a big fan of Chris Angel, Mind Freak at the time. And Chris Angel, a really cool trick is in the dream. I've never seen him perform this trick. This was just in my dream. Chris Angel is against the wall, and a dragon comes out of his chest. A dragon just comes out of a hole in Chris Angel's chest and starts flying. And it's obviously a magic trick, but it's a dream, so anything could happen. And then Chris Angel waves a cloak, and on the cloak is 10, 10, 10. That's on Chris Angel's cloak. And so I thought of it as a date. October 10th, 2010. And so I looked forward to that date, not knowing if that dream had anything to do with that date or not. And on 10-10-10, I was at this TV show convention with David Liebehart. At this convention on 10-10-10, there was a Magic Castle booth. And I walked up to it and I said, I'm a huge fan of magic and I've heard many stories about the Magic Castle. And they said, here's an invitation. And I didn't know it was that easy to get an invitation. It's even easier than that. You can go on the internet and you can sign up unless that website's been taken down. But I was given an invitation by two guys, representatives of the Magic Castle, and I saw Harry from Night Court talking to these guys. And so I walked up to the booth and they invited me on 10-10-10 to a Magic Castle, the Magic Castle in Hollywood. It's a famous institution. The master magician in the world is Lance Burton. So anyway, I was invited to the Magic Castle. I thought that was really cool. I thought it was, to a certain extent, fulfillment of that 10-10-10 dream / prophecy, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lady named Starfire Tor. Very unoriginal name. Very unoriginal. Starfire is a famous occult book, I believe. And Tor, that's just a browser. Starfire Tor. She, never heard of her. I guess she wrote a book or two. I've never heard of those books. She was on Coast to Coast AM. Now, I rarely ever tune in with George Norrie because the stories make me want to go snorry and sleep. When I hear George Norrie, I'm like, oh, wow. It's good sleeping radio because it's so boring. All he has to do is say fascinating 10 times in a row. Fascinating, fascinating. Oh, very fascinating. Fascinating. I wonder if he doesn't have a button where he pushes fascinating, or maybe a loop where he just has a loop that says fascinating every 5 minutes to make the guest think he's listening. But he's one of the dullest interviewers I've ever heard. So anyway, George Norrie is interviewing Starfire Tor, and Art Bell is coming back in July. Art Bell, check out Art Bell, Dark Matter. He canceled his contract with whatever satellite picked him up because he wanted to be free streaming on the internet because he didn't want truckers calling in, crashing, and huge accidents happening. He didn't like the reception. Here, bro. He loves truckers. Truckers are great people. Without truckers, we wouldn't have all the produce going back and forth and all other great things. But he didn't want truckers to be the exclusive call-in audience. Art Bell wanted it to be free streaming on the internet, and he got his wish because the contract with that whatever company has ended, and Art Bell is coming back this July. Check out the link. I'm going to put it in here. Free commercial for Art Bell. Not that this channel gives exposure to Art Bell. It's going to be the other way around. Art Bell's a great guy, great show, great interviewer, and stay tuned. Check that out. So, Starfire Tor. George Norrie is interviewing Starfire Tor. Never heard of her. Super boring guest, super boring host, super boring all around. I was almost passed out in a coma when she started talking about the Magic Castle. I'm like, hey, Magic Castle? So she starts talking about the Magic Castle, a subject I happen to be interested in. And this was before I went there. So I was curious, and I had that idiotic story in my head. This is her story, and it's very stupid. So she's at the Magic Castle, probably her first time there, and who cares? Maybe it was 100th time there. It doesn't really matter. She's not a magician. The context of the story is this. She's at the Magic Castle in the area, maybe a bathroom area, maybe a lobby-ish area. I bet she's next to the skeleton phone booth. There's a cool skeleton phone booth. The bathroom's not far away. There aren't too many bathrooms at the Magic Castle. It's a pretty small place. There might be 4 bathrooms. There might be women's, men's. So there aren't too many bathrooms. And I used one of the restrooms. Very small restroom. Very cool, but very small. Starfire Tour, she's obviously of the mindset, ooh, this is a magic place. Magical things are going to happen. She's probably looking for ghosts or whatnot. She's thinking, ooh, magic, magic, magic. Let's look for the magic. She's not looking at the awesome magicians performing the tricks. She's looking at the paneling, the wood paneling. She's looking at the pictures on the wall, seeing if they're going to move, like in the Harry Potter movies. I don't know what she's looking for, but she's apparently stalking someone in the bathroom. So this lady goes in the bathroom, and Starfire Tour notices this lady go in the bathroom. Maybe in her peripheral vision, she's like stalking the lady, like waiting for her to come out for some reason or another. I don't think she's waiting for her to come out. She's just in the bathroom-ish area, outside the bathroom, maybe in the hallway, maybe in that little booth area. She saw a lady go in the bathroom, but not noticing, but noticing at the same time, hey, that lady never came out of the bathroom. So this lady is obviously in the mindset, she's looking for something magic where there is no magic, not like that. There are definitely magical things all over the place, but people going into the bathroom, not coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a trapdoor in the Magic Castle. If there are trapdoors in any place, the Magic Castle would be one of them. And this Starfire Tour lady wouldn't know about it because maybe there's a secret trapdoor in a bathroom. Big deal. It's the Magic Castle, and maybe only super secret members know about that trapdoor. But I can tell you this. She went in the bathroom and looked under all the stalls, and the lady was gone. She wasn't there. Now, if that was me, if I, for some unknown reason, watched some guy go in the bathroom and waited 20 minutes and he didn't come out, and I just casually went in the bathroom and there was no one there, the first thing in my mind wouldn't have been this lady's crazy thought. The first thing she thought was time travelers, time travel. Oh my gosh, this lady went in the bathroom and it's some sort of time travel portal and she disappeared into another time and space. That's literally what this lady thought. I didn't see any trapdoors, but there could have been one. I mean, I didn't see the bookshelf being the entrance to the Magic Castle until I said open sesame and it opened up. So there could theoretically be a trapdoor, but the fact of the matter is, chances are, the lady went in the bathroom and went out, and the Starfire lady didn't notice it. She simply didn't notice it. And she literally writes in her blog or her book that she has proof of time travel because some lady didn't come out of the bathroom in the Magic Castle. So, what can I say? There are no time travel portals in the Magic Castle. I hate to disappoint you, Starfire lady. So I just wanted to talk about that. I mean, that's sort of a hoax. It's more of a jokes. But there's nothing evil going on at the Magic Castle that I know of. It's simply an awesome old Hollywood institution that I highly recommend if you want to see what a place would have looked like in old Hollywood. Just very cool, very 1930s. Highly recommend it. But the paranormal thing, the strange thing was the dream I had and how I was invited to the Magic Castle. So I thought the dream was very interesting. I thought it was sort of prophetic. The Magic Castle was so cool, I'm going to go back someday. It's a very interesting place. No time travel wormhole portals, no ghosts that I saw. But, you know, I do believe in fifth dimensional beings. I do believe in ghosts, believe it or not. And so, if any place is going to be haunted, it's possible the Magic Castle would be. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the magicians that love the place so much would hang out there as a ghost. But I thank you for watching, and this has been John Rasmus with Hoax Hunter. Be seeing you.